I wanted to create a video about Elon Musk becoming a trillionaire. It's obviously the first time that we've seen this across the world, but it's kind of crazy to me the reactions that I'm seeing out of people. And I've talked to people in the past about people who make a lot of money, and there's this underlying assumption that if you make a lot of money or you have a lot of wealth, that you're inherently bad. And I just never really understood it. It's interesting to me because so many people are so obsessed with other people's money, and they're like, oh, rich people can do this, rich people can do that. And I do understand, right? Especially when it comes to the K-shaped economy and all the stuff going along with that. Like, it definitely is getting harder for the average person to actually go out and just earn, a typical wage and get by. And it's definitely harder than it was. Talking to my grandparents, they're like, they're over here and they're like, yeah, it's exactly the same. And, you just work hard and you put in a couple extra hours. And it definitely is different. But it's crazy to me as I see more and more information popping up about just how much people hate Elon Musk just because he's a billionaire. And what's even funnier to me personally is from that perspective, I had a couple friends that, this was a couple years ago now, were obsessed with Tesla, right? Could not stop talking about it. And then he went off and obviously did the stuff with Trump, which was not good. But all of a sudden, he was on their shit list, right? It was just something that he disappeared off the face of the earth. And what's crazier to me is like people will sit here and complain, but those very same people have never opened an LLC. They've never started a company of their own. And they're like, oh, this guy, he's worth all this money, but they're not willing to take the risk, right? And especially as someone who's worked in tech for a little bit, like there's definitely things that are unfair, but like it's one of those things where the people that are willing to take the risks obviously are going to get the rewards. And for whatever reason, people just want the rewards of things without actually putting in the work, right? If you go out and you take the risk, you're going to get the rewards for it, right? But you are taking the risk because 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work out, right? And especially when it came to tech companies, like I ended up in a really good position in the company that I'm actually at now, that I got some equity. It didn't pay out like I thought it would, but there's definitely a lot of startups that, they'll offer equity as a big piece of this, and they're like, oh, this could be worth, $100,000, a couple $100,000. That'd be great, but like, it's just so crazy to me because people don't take the time to learn that like everything that's in the tax code is technically accessible to you too, right? And even at the smaller levels, people don't take advantage of the loopholes of the rich that they always talk about. So it's just funny to me. I just see kind of this mentality that the world owes them for things to be fair, and I've just always come from the viewpoint of like, it is what it is. The world, unfortunately, will not be fair, and there's a good chance that, like, you may not succeed. But to be the person that does succeed, like, it's a lot of work. And the other thing that I've learned is now, when you have that much success, people are going to hate on you. And no matter what you do, there's people that are mad that you had success, right? The guy went out and he started multiple companies that have gone public. Like, most people won't even start one, much less go to space or start an electric car company. Like, these are super innovative. And the same thing with Jeff Bezos. Obviously, he's a giant in comparison when we talk about net worth compared to Jeff Bezos at this very moment. But it's just kind of crazy to me that people are like, hey, like, this isn't fair and everything else. And like, one of the comments that I saw online was the one girl was talking about specifically, it's not fair that he can borrow against that, right? And like, yeah, I get it's not cash in the bank, but it's like, that's how that always works, right? It's always against collateral. And it's never this linear path of where, you just make a little bit and you make a little bit more. It's always, it starts out really hard, takes a long time, and you're the try hard person. And then it hits the inflection point when you finally start to hit success. And this is not just money. This is with anything. Once you start to hit like a certain level of success with whatever you're doing, all of a sudden people that were making fun of you and giving you a hard time about it start to take a look at you and go, how'd you do that? And what I've also noticed is it's never the people closest to you. It's always, always, always the people that, met you once or a little bit removed and like, hey, like they're just supportive because they don't feel threatened by the fact that you're growing and they're not. And it's just unfortunate. It's just one of the things that I've realized over and over, but it's one of the things that I wanted to go through and actually reflect on as I kind of heard that he now went public with SpaceX here. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this and if I'm majorly off.